The world outside is a crazy place right now, and you're probably working at home, eating at home, entertaining yourself at home, and of course, playing games at home. You've probably always been playing games at home, but this might be the first time you've crossed over into that strange world of the solo gamer. And you're not really quite sure what to do? Well, today I'm going to help you get through a day of quarantine as a solo gamer. What's up, everyone? Chris Holmes here. You're watching Bored at Home, and you probably are bored at home. So to combat that boredom, we're going to take a look at 5 things you can do to get through your day. All right, the first thing you're going to need to do is get your blood flowing, get your heart pounding, and maybe even break a sweat. No, I'm not talking about working out. I'm talking about playing Fuse. Working out? What kind of maniac do you think I am? Fuse is a 1 to 5 player real-time dice-rolling dice placement game. In Fuse, you are working against a 10-minute timer to defuse over 20 bombs that have been detected on your ship. Each of these bomb cards have specific requirements, such as all of the colors must not equal each other. You must make a pyramid of 3 dice using the numbers 1, 2, and 3, and you must use 2 dice of color of blue and red, and the numbers must equal up to 6. You must roll the dice and place them on the proper spots of the cards that represent the bombs. But choose wisely. Any dice you can't use become a penalty roll, and you may have to remove dice you've already played. Get through the entire deck within the time limit, and you succeed. But fail, and well, you fail in a horrible explosion. Fuse is a fun, quick game, and even though you can play with up to 5 players, I really like playing this one solo. Playing with more people is fine, but it's just a very different dynamic when you have to quickly decide which dice each person gets to take, and you're trying to communicate the whole time, versus solo. You just grab the dice you need. There is an app available for this game which adds atmosphere and stress to the experience because the computer is taunting you and counting down the time. But it's not a requirement to use the app. Any 10-minute timer will work. But I would certainly recommend it. It definitely adds to the atmosphere of the game. Okay, after all of that stress and excitement, you're going to need to take a break and have some downtime. How about reading a good mystery book? Or even better, you could be a couch detective and try to solve a Sherlock Holmes mystery. Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective is a cooperative game for 1 to 8 players. In this game, you get to solve mysteries by interviewing suspects, reading the newspaper, and searching the streets of London for clues. You start off by reading one of the 10 cases included with the game. From there, you will start searching for clues. You'll have a list of informants that you can consult, such as the medical examiner or Scotland Yard, along with a map of London and a directory of all of the people and places you can visit. You can also look at the newspaper from that day and see if there are any important details that may help you with your case. When you think you've solved the case, you'll answer 2 sets of questions found at the back of the casebook. Then head to the solution page and see how you did. Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective is very challenging and can be very frustrating when you just can't find the right lead or you feel like you're going in circles, but then something suddenly clicks and it all falls into place. Well, at least that's what I assume happens because it hasn't happened for me yet, but that's okay. I still really enjoy digging into this game and trying to find the trail of clues. It works great as a solo experience, but you could benefit from having other players that they may see something that you didn't see or envision it a different way than you are, but it's fine either way. I don't really concern myself with keeping score and trying to beat Sherlock. I'm just happy if I can even solve the mystery at all. Okay, now that you've relaxed a bit and been in the house all morning, you're probably itching to get outside and explore. So why not go for a drive around the city and gaze at all of the wonderful places that you miss, like your office, or the shopping mall, or the church. Or you could just play Flip City and basically do the same thing. Flip City is a micro deck builder for 1 to 4 players, in which you build a city and make improvements to it to score points. But be careful not to make the citizens too unhappy. The cards you play will give you cash, points, or unhappiness. Spend your money to purchase a card and put it in your deck, or upgrade a card by flipping it over. Many cards will give you more points when you do this. You win when you've created a city with a value of 8 points. And in the solo variant, you must do this before a predetermined number of cards in the supply runs out. Flip City is a pretty light game with a little bit of challenge and a little bit of luck, but it's not too difficult. It's nice, it's relaxing, it has some fun artwork. I've only played this one solo, so I can't speak to how the multiplayer game actually works. And there are a couple of expansions available for this. Flip City Reuse is the one I have, and there's Flip City Wilderness. Both of them just add new cards and new abilities. Now that you've had a nice tour of the town, you're going to want to wind down in the backyard, lay back, look at the stars, and as you're gazing into that deep, dark void, rubbing your lucky D6, you may begin to wonder, what would it be like to be traveling out there in deep space? Deep Space D6 is a solitaire dice worker placement game in which you are the captain of a starship on a routine patrol when you receive a distress call. Upon responding to the call, you soon realize it was a trap. You must now fend off enemy vessels and other threats until help arrives. On each turn, you will roll dice which represent your crew and assign them to different areas of the ship to perform various actions, such as firing the lasers to damage external threats and move them down. You may also assign dice to internal threats to eliminate those. Your ship has a limited number of hull points and shield points, so you must be vigilant about keeping your shields recharged and your hull repaired. At the end of each turn, you will draw a new threat and add it to the current threats outside of your ship. You will then also roll the threat die and activate any threats that are the same number as the die you rolled. The game comes with 4 different ships, each offering different unique abilities. To win the game, you must eliminate all external threats, including the cards in the threat deck, as well as having at least 1 hull point left at the end. Deep Space D6 may be hard to find and is likely overpriced online at the time of this video. So if you're interested in it, just keep a lookout for it. I was lucky enough to find it at Geekway to the West last year, so I immediately purchased it. You can find a free print and play version on Board Game Geek, and I have heard rumor of a possible reprint. However, I don't have any actual knowledge of that other than some forum posts from the designer, I believe, on Board Game Geek. And finally, as you doze off into a sweet slumber, you may find yourself transported to the mysterious dream world of Iram. Iram is a solitaire game in which you find yourself trapped in a vast labyrinth, wandering through multiple rooms, searching for doors that will lead you closer to your escape. Along the way, you will encounter nightmares that will try to slow down your progress. To play, you'll place cards from your hand into a row which represents the labyrinth. Get 3 cards in a row of the same color, and you'll unlock a door. If you draw a nightmare card, you'll have to deal with that before you can move on. Find all of 8 doors before the deck is depleted, and you win the game. Iram is one of my favorite solitaire games, and I will always suggest it as a first game to people who are looking to get into solo gaming. There are 5 games in the Iram universe, Oniverse. Each one is completely different, and each one is definitely worth owning. I have done a how to play video and a full playthrough of Iram on this channel, and I'll leave links to both of those in the description. Okay, and that is how you can spend a day in quarantine playing solo games. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you get a chance to check out some of these games. I will leave links to all of them in the description if they're available. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like if you do like it. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel and let me know in the comments below. And don't forget, share this video with your friends and just show them just how awesome solo games can actually be. Thanks for watching, everyone.